Welcome to the Black Lives in Philippines. On this series, we're going to be exploring the different Black experience and who they are and how they live their lives in the Philippines.
My name is Jamjam Sims. I'm a Liberian and I study at the USD, University of Santo Tomas, Master's Clinical Psychology. I've been in the Philippines for 4 years and some months.
So, what drew you to the Philippines?
Apparently it's steady because you understand internationally is challenging.
Yeah.
And I came to the Philippines to pursue my career dreams, and also it has allowed me to look at the different perspective of the international development like here. And also I have the opportunity to learn about the culture and the practices of the Philippines other than my country.
Okay. So, was the Philippines your first country of choice?
No.
So why didn't you go to your country of choice first?
I actually came here because I had my cousins here in the Philippines.
Okay.
And the school was quite affordable. So that's one of the main reasons. The tuition was affordable and going to education when you already have a family.
Yeah.
You'll be able to adjust and adapt to the culture and the community.
Okay. So, how were you able to get an admission into the Philippines? Was it through an agent or it was just a direct?
No, it was facilitated at the school and also my cousin because like I said, I had my family and my cousins, so they applied and I got admission at the University of Liberian.
Okay. So, why did you transfer from Perpetual Health to USD right now?
Okay, so I came to study medicine. And upon arrival at the Philippines at the University of Liberian Health, I had to take ABSAC as my pre-med course, then go to med school. But I don't know, I kind of started to love the course and I drew loving psychology, and then afterwards I'm like, okay, I'll just take up masters probably maybe after I'm done and go to med school. So that's the main goal right now.
Okay. So you say you came to the Philippines to also achieve your career, so how have you been able to achieve that goal?
It has been challenging because I'm a foreigner. That's one thing, and studying in university still they speak English, but at times your professor speak Tagalog, and if you are not lucky with Filipinos classmates or classmates that are quite friendly, you tend to be very happy because most time if you don't understand, like what I do is I usually ask my professors and I see my classmates because majority of them don't want to explain anything in a few, so it's been quite challenging.
Okay, so now based on academics now, the language has been a big barrier.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so how have you been able to overcome the barrier that you are taking up masters now?
USC, good thing is that all of my professors they speak English, and I try to learn the language, but if I learn a word, it's just for a minute. I have completed convention for it, but also it's just English, and yeah, that's it. Mostly I ask my professors things that I don't understand. And if you are trying to speak in Tagalog, I'm always like, I'm recording things like that. And their professors are really nice, and they sometimes understand you and make you to understand, speak the English that you don't understand, and they get the because of what they are teaching. we just have hope for the years.
Okay, so your school now, do they have like a community where they create like for international students welfare? Is there such community that exists?
Yes, during the COVID, there was this, yeah, recently the international students created, we actually have a page, like, it's not like a Facebook page, but it's called like Scout. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the international students at the UST grad school, they created it so that all the international students like can go there like whenever you're not understanding certain issues and give you a glimpse of the universities like what you are liking or like that. But that was done recently.
Okay.
Corona.
So all through before the COVID, there was no
No,
welfare.
I had no idea. Maybe there was, but I had no idea. But it was recently.
Okay. So now, how? Okay, during masters, most masters they are much more on research. So how have you been able to like do your research successfully with the challenges during this COVID period and the language barrier, like with all the challenges?
I'm personally doing my thesis right now,
Yeah.
and but the big challenge is that my thesis is based on African.
Oh.
I'm not going to have a problem with that because but I have a very good advisor, and she's really understanding, and she teaches you like allow you to put yourself into it, and if there's something like you don't understand,
Yeah.
you know. But it's all about African. My thesis is all about African.
Okay, it's much easier. So now, on your personal life, when you came to this country, you had family members. So, is that safe to say you never felt the loneliness of living in another country, or did you? You did.
Yeah.
So, how were you able to?
Because I came here at the age of 19, so
Oh.
though I have family members, but they are just my brother and my cousins. So I suffer from homesickness because back home I was like the mommy's child.
Yeah.
So coming to another country where you don't have your parents, it was really, really hard for me. And that's one of the reasons I love psychology because it kind of helped me to cope with my challenges.
Okay. So psychology was your inspiration. All right. So, have you been able to, like most foreigners, they're like they can't make a business in this country, while some girls they can. So, business wife, have you been able to indulge in any business in this country?
Yes, self-food.
And how has it been?
It's been okay. So, my country is mostly like the food I say is mostly based on Liberian food
Okay.
and other snacks that other countries like the meat bar, other countries eat that as well. But yeah, it's good. Business is going well. It was okay, but during the corona, like it was really really slow because of the virus.
Yeah. So, what challenge did you encounter? Why? Okay, first of all, first question is what inspired you to start up a cooking business, and two, what challenges did you face, and how were you able to overcome it?
Okay, so I was first inspired that like here in the Philippines there's no job. So like every single day you have to rely on your family back. And we are from Africa, right?
Yeah.
So Africa is not like Europe or America that things are okay there, so you just receive the money when you want. So I was inspired because I love to cook.
Okay.
And I was like, why not just making so I have it that I'll be able to get money from it instead of just doing it for free, like just to cook for my family. So, but it was challenging at first because I'm not usually very outgoing pricing. So getting customers to like buy from you was really really hard, right? So one of the things that I started to do was like, okay, in order for this to work, I have to be more sociable, so I started to go around people and then tell them what I sell or what I do. That's how I was able to get new customers.
Wow, that's nice. So, staying in this country for so long, have you experienced any form of, or rather, I'll put it in, like, what was your most unexpected experience staying in this country?
The first time I entered school was a professor. Like, I felt dumb, sorry to say, but there was this microbiology class we had, and a question was asked. So I answered, but like I kept putting my hands up to answer, and he kept like he didn't see me, like he was just like, okay, I'm not paying attention to her. But then instead, the guy next to me, he answered, and what I said at first, he said it was incorrect, but he said the same old thing. And then the professor was like, yeah, that's a good point. So I was like, was this not the same thing that I just said? But anyway, after that, I went to the office and I'm like, this is supposed to be non-racist in school, like because you guys teach us English. And I'm here and I was accepted, so I expected my professor to treat me like the way he treats the Filipinos. So yeah, apart from that, that was the only thing that I ever encountered.
So, have you traveled around Philippines, or do you have the plans on travel around?
Recently, I started and I have the plans to continue.
And how has it been?
Expensive, but but interesting, and the places were good. The
So-
good stuff is in there.
Okay, so did you experience any cultural shock, and how were you able to deal with it?
The first one was the Filipino food.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time when I came to the Philippines, like where we stayed, my neighbor's cooking. The scene was like it was unbearable.
Yeah.
But normally I don't eat Filipino food, but I have tasted the chicken curry,
Yeah.
which is quite my favorite. Yeah, and then the language barrier as well. And there's this thing that the Filipino does, like it really irritates me. Like when you speak, like as a foreigner, when you speak or when you are working or something, like it just lasts for no reason. And that's like I find it to be so irritating.
Okay, so in all your experience, how would you describe the Philippines?
It's very much interesting and accommodating.
So, do you plan on staying here for long?
I have to because I'm planning on taking up medicine. So yeah, I'm not sure.
So, do you plan on raising a family here in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm a foreigner, right? So I don't have a job. Even if I do graduate, it's going to be quite difficult, and raising a family is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, because like I have to do visa and all like that. So no.
During this COVID period, in my place, I was lucky enough to get foodstuffs from the Philippine government and like that. Did you get some of those? And how will you rate the way they treated foreigners? Because in my area, they treated us as equal. It was like, wow, I didn't expect that. So how will you rate it?
So yes, they did share, but I didn't get any of those because like whenever they come around to share, I was always indoor. So, but yeah. And for my friends, they were always like they are giving the foreigners food, and that was quite good because like it was really interesting. Like the Filipinos like thought of the foreigners for once. Like since I've been to the Philippines, like like it was like the foreigners was really good.
Would you advise like a black person to come to this country if you have?
Yes, I would.
Oh, really? Why?
like everyone needs an experience, right? So for me, coming here has taught me a lot. Like I'm able to stay alone. Like I'm able to cope. Like I can do anything right now. And without my parents, like do I need the financial support? But like I was in like it was actually my first time staying alone. So like everyone needs to get that experience. And staying in the Philippines is difficult and it's fun in the Philippines also. And if the person is coming for school based, like educational wise, then that's a good choice because it's affordable. Yeah.
What's your day-to-day experience with locals? How will you describe it?
With
Your day-to-day experience with the locals, with the Filipinos, how will you describe it?
the ones that I have met, especially the ones that have traveled, they are quite accommodating. Like they want to know more about you. Like they want to know where you are from. They want to know how your culture is and like that. But the ones that have just been in the Philippines, oh boy. Like, so Filipinos, like they seem nice. They are nice. Some of them are nice and they are friendly. Yeah. So I'll say they are nice and friendly.
So, how will you rate the living expenses of staying in the Philippines?
Like when I first stayed in, because I was staying alone with my brother.
Yeah.
It was okay because we went through and then like we don't have to share places like that. But now that I stay alone, it is really expensive because like my dad is paying rent for me, paying rent for my brother. But all I know about is faithful though, so.
Okay. So, what is that one thing in Philippine culture that you know that you always carry with you wherever you go?
The fact that I have to wake up, like I have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Why do you say that?
At that point, like it's not like we don't eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? But
Yeah.
it's not like the way the Filipinos does. Like it's a must. I must eat breakfast. Like they never miss a date. Like if it's 12 p.m., they know like it's lunchtime. So yeah, I'm going to carry that with me.
So wait, before this is the last question. Do you have any Filipino friends?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yes.
That's nice. So do you have any shout outs you like to make? Shout outs you like to make? Any shout outs?
Okay, so right now my birthday is coming.
Okay.
And it's actually tomorrow. So I just want to wish a happy birthday.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe and click the bell button for more notifications.